York.
Trump's lawyer, Todd Blanche, expected to hammer away at the credibility of Michael Cohen and the fact that Mr. Cohen stole $60,000 from his boss. And then there's the testimony of lawyer Robert Costello. Blanche will remind the jury that Costello says Cohen told him that Trump had nothing to do with the payment to Stormy Daniels.
Fox's Eric Shawn outside the court where the prosecutors expected to say Cohen's telling the truth despite his past lies, that the former president directed payments to Daniels to keep an alleged Trump affair quiet before the 2016 election and falsified records reimbursing Cohen.
And he's also expected to tell them that the documents and the testimony of others will all corroborate Cohen that he was telling the truth.
Now, we could just be days away from a verdict that President Biden's planning to react to.
President Biden has made subtle references to his opponent's legal issues on the campaign trail, but this would be different. Politico is reporting, quote, Biden intends to initially address the verdict in a White House setting, not a campaign one, to show his statement isn't political.
Fox's Rich Edson at the White House. Another 16 Palestinians reported dead in new Israeli airstrikes hitting Rafah as the UN Security Council meets later to discuss Sunday's strike that targeted and killed 2 Hamas leaders in their last Gaza stronghold, but also set a tent camp on fire, killing civilians.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu now says Sunday's deadly strike in Rafah was, quote, a tragic mistake. The attack at a tent camp housing displaced Palestinians killed at least 45 people.
That's Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. There's a big business deal this morning. T-Mobile buying U.S. Cellular for $4.4 billion. At the movies,
there will always be war.
The latest Mad Max film, Furiosa, topped the box office, but only with $32 million. The worst Memorial Day weekend opening for a movie since 1995, not counting the COVID era. America's listening to Fox News.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TAP to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TAP to 321321. That's TAP to 321321.
The polls are just opening in Texas for primary runoff elections, and one of them, a House Republican's being challenged.
Gun control is one of the most talked about issues on the campaign trail between Congressman Tony Gonzalez and businessman and YouTube personality Brandon Herrera. Herrera has consistently hit Gonzalez for voting for a bipartisan gun safety bill, which also contributed to Gonzalez being censured by the state's Republican Party. Gonzalez on CBS's Face the Nation this week calls it a mental health bill that got... In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed before this week's trading coming off the long holiday weekend. The basketball world is mourning Bill Walton, a Hall of Famer who won championships in college and the NBA, then became a well-known TV analyst.
Bill Walton has died following a prolonged battle with cancer. Walton was a star for John Wooden's UCLA Bruins for 3 seasons and was a 3-time National Player of the Year. After being selected first overall in the 1974 NBA draft, Walton dealt with multiple foot injuries during his professional career, but was named the MVP of the league for the 1977-1978 season and won NBA championships with the Portland Trail Blazers and the Boston Celtics. After his playing days came to an end, Walton became a legendary broadcaster, working as an analyst for multiple networks, including NBC and ESPN. Joe Morgan, Fox News.
Now, the Boston Celtics could win another title this year.
Brown on the drive, pulls back, lost the ball, got it back, kicks it out, White, corner 3, bang!
Boston rallied to beat Indiana on ESPN, finishing off a sweep of the Pacers with a 105-102 Game 4 win. The Celtics advance to the NBA Finals. They'll play either Minnesota or Dallas. Game 4 of that series is tonight. Dallas won in hockey's playoffs. The Stars beat the Edmonton Oilers 5-3 to take a 2-1 series lead in the Western Conference Final. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Oh, a 22-year-old motorcyclist dies after police said his cycle crashed into Decatur yesterday morning at the intersection of North Main Street and McKinley Avenue. Police said the cycle driving south on Main when it left the road, hitting a utility pole. That motorcycle continued to drive southbound, hitting another utility pole. The driver died on scene. A 28-year-old man from Rantoul dead after the Champaign County Coroner's Office says he was shot during a domestic incident this weekend. He says it happened in the area of Sangamon Avenue and Seavers Street. He identified the deceased as Robert McKinney of Rantoul, who died Sunday morning in the critical care unit of Carl Hospital in Urbana. A long list of regulations of carbon capture projects officially passing the Senate with bipartisan support now heads to the governor's desk. The bill would set regulations around every stage of the process, from the capture of carbon emissions to the transport of the emissions and the storage in underground wells. Illinois currently lacks any regulations on carbon capture or sequestration. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Hi, Jim. Thank you. Good Monday morning. Hope you
Tuesday.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good Tuesday morning.
May 28th.
So, are you there?
Yeah. Testing.
I'm just, listen, we had, I don't, every time I looked around, we had another inch.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it was something happened overnight that knocked the power out.
Right.
And everybody has got a blinking whatever right now. So you still have a VCR, Diane, so your VCR might be blinking.
I'll get out the black electrical tape and just cover it up.
Yeah, anyway, it's Tuesday morning. It'll be Monday all day for me, but it's
Exactly.
Tuesday morning. Banks, post office, they're all back, everything. We took a moment and remembered those that have fallen for our country, the real heroes that have sacrificed everything, and their families. That's what Memorial Day is all about. Okay, so talk to me. We had 4 inches in Bonneville, 3 inches in Savoy, 2 point something everywhere else.
Wow.
But basically, first a general complete corridor, kind of within maybe an hour and a half drive from St. Louis, north or south of that line, from St. Louis to Indianapolis. Everyone was pretty much, you got 1 to 3, and most folks were in that 2 to 3 inch category. Some of the outlier, and if you wanted to take in that little burst in a couple of spots here Saturday, had another probably half to 3/4 of an inch on the Doppler radar. So there's some spots probably centered on that Bonneville and maybe parts of West Central, Southwest Champaign County that are probably pushing 5.5, maybe close to 6 if you were to add up all those rains. But from that Friday afternoon stuff, Bonneville took the cake at about 4.5, and I think it was 2 3/4 just from that Friday afternoon event alone around the Willard Airport area. So
Well, I mean, did anybody see the Cardinal game against the Cubs? They got it in Saturday night.
There were 2 rainouts. Two rain delays. I should say,
and they played Saturday night, but they showed so much rain in St. Louis that it was rushing down steps into the dugout. I mean, it was like a waterfall. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, that stuff just didn't. Well, it moved, but it was what we call a training effect. If you just watch the freight line on the systems around here, it's just one after another, like a boxcar system right behind the locomotive. And that was the Friday event, and the stuff that materialized down St. Louis ways on Saturday as well. I'm surprised that they were able to get that thing underway. I think it was like a 2.5 or 2 hour 20-minute rain delay. I think
they got over 11 or 12, and then they had to rush off to Cincinnati to take on the Reds here yesterday. They were a little sluggish at the bat, so the Reds.
Although if you're a Cub fan, you'd rather have just rained that entire series out.
Well, or if you're a Red fan, you're really happy right now because Reds have won 4 straight and 5 of their last 6. So things are.
See the addition to the son-in-law.
Yeah,
of the
there
roster?
you go. It's the TJ Friedel apparently is coming back. That's a guy Jacob replaced.
Right.
So we don't know if he'll be sent down or he'll get a stay. We just don't know that. But anyway, he's leading off again tonight against the St. Louis Cardinals. We'll have it at 5:40.
He really controls his own, the cards may fall wherever they may fall, but he really, by performance-wise, controls his own destiny.
And he's done pretty darn well. He really has. So we're pretty excited.
From what I hear,
he really has. It's our meteorologist, Greg Solier, brought to you this morning by the Urbana Park District.
And tomorrow, Wednesday, Neighborhood Nights begins, and the occasional Cajun Band will be across from Urbana High School at Carl Park. So join me between 6:30 and 8, a free concert outside with popcorn and lemonade as you bring your lawn chair and quilt.
All right, Mr. Solier, I think the week, am I okay to say, looks pretty darn good?
Yeah, better, but I tell you, just was gritting my teeth and running for shelter and cover and witness protection program after the breakout of those Friday rains around here. But it's the nature of sometimes these thunderstorm rains, little atmospheric engines. They sometimes can move beyond the scope of the upper air data, the wind data up aloft, the computer modeling, however you want to slice it. Hopefully you made it through. You'll drain out okay, and we'll get back at it here. That was sort of the exception to the rule, with most everyone else in relatively good shape and able to make progress out of the back 40 for this week. 59 comfy degrees over at Willett and Savoy, 57 at Rantoul, 58 Danville, 59 Bloomington Normal. At least there's no real, tough heat or humidity, and a fairly quiet weather picture. There is a little upper air impulse making its way out of the upper Midwest that may trigger a stray shower thunderstorm late this afternoon and this evening. Just 20, maybe 30% coverage, and probably north of Champaign, and nothing of significance west or south. Highs up to 74. Skies turn partly sunny, gusty west wind. Down tonight with that evening shower moving out and clearing into 53. Sunshine tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. No rain in the forecast around here, with daytime readings in the mid, maybe upper 70s by Friday. Some pleasant overnight lows will be down here in the 40s come Thursday morning, and then recovering to the upper 70s and lower 80s Saturday and Sunday. Low to mid 80s on Monday. Maybe just an isolated shower thunderstorm. Different character completely of the atmosphere, but there's still a chance for a shower thunderstorm late Saturday, Sunday here in East Central Illinois. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, good recap. Thanks for all that. Again, Bonneville wins. They get the free cake. They got 4.5 inches.
Mud cake.
Yeah.
With all the standing water in the fields.
All of that. There's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. It is Tuesday morning. Going to feel like Monday, but it is whatever the date is. Late March. It's May
28th.
May 28th. Thank you. We got June starting Saturday. Okay, so let's try and recap here. The Illini baseball team did make it.
Yes.
They are going to Lexington against Western Michigan Friday night at 7.
That's right, against Indiana State.
They're playing Western. Indiana State, I thought, got Kentucky.
Okay, I'll check again.
I think we play Western Michigan or Indiana State. Regardless, we don't play Kentucky unless we win. Kentucky is the 2 seed, and they're the host in Lexington. But, we didn't play great in the Big Ten tournament. The bats kind of went dry, but we did make it. And there was some kind of bubble feel. But Dan Hartleb's baseball team, first time since 2019 in the NCAA tournament. That's good news. Secondly, the men's golf team dominated the first 3 rounds, and they're 16 shots ahead after 3 rounds.
Right.
However, forget about that. It's called match play.
Yes.
Match play is where, if you don't understand match play, it's where Diane and I are playing. We're playing up to 18 holes, and every hole is a game. So it's like we're going to play ping pong to 11, and that's a separate game. Every hole is a game. So if I get a 4 on the hole and you get a 5, I'm up 1. If you get a 4 and I get a 4, next hole.
Okay.
So it's all it is so if you see the end of the match, if it's 2-1, it means you won by 2. You were ahead by 2-1, and there's 1 to play. You quit. You stop after 16. So you don't have to keep going because you won.
Okay.
So what you do is all the Illini guys will have matches, and then you add up who wins more of the matches. And so the up 16 strokes, has that ever happened in the NCAA championship? It's unbelievable. We're -6. The next closest team is +10.
Right.
But it doesn't mean a darn thing now. Tiger Woods used to be the number 1 golfer in the world. He played the 64th ranked golfer and lost. So match play is a complete equalizer.
I see.
If somebody really is good at putting and has a hot day, they'll beat you.
And what is the feeling behind that? Is it okay? I mean, there's nothing we can do.
Well, I mean, it's just match play.
Is it more efficient?
It is just more. It's a different game. And what you have to do as the players, whatever shot the guy has, you think it's going in. You don't go, oh my gosh, I can't believe he made that. That messes your mental.
Okay.
So what you do, he has a 25-foot putt, he's going to make that. You go, oh, he missed it. Okay. So that every shot they shoot, they're going to make a hole in one. Unbelievable. That's how you approach that. You don't think he's going to miss anything. And so we've been in a number of match plays over the years with the kids, and it's just a different psychology.
Okay.
Because if the other guy's struggling, you just have to struggle less. So if somebody's going to get a 6, you just have to get a 5. It's okay. You win.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really different. But Illinois has clearly played the best, and it's a remarkable deal. Is this the year? I don't know. If you're just playing stroke play and who's ahead, we win.
Right.
You can play 5 more rounds, we're going to win. Yay. But that's not how it works.
Okay, so we'll be teamed up with Georgia Tech at number 8 seed as we come into this match play.
Okay, all right. I mean, Georgia Tech can beat us, right? I mean, it's just match play. It's different.
Okay.
But we certainly, made a statement. Amazing.
I do have this story up about Illinois baseball, 34-19, selected to the NCAA tournament. And the Big Ten champion?
We are the Big Ten regular season champion, not the tournament.
Okay, gotcha.
Nebraska won the tournament.
We'll head to Lexington, Kentucky as number 3 seed and taking on number 2 seed Indiana State, 42-13, on Friday at 6.
So Kentucky must play Western Michigan?
That's right.
Okay. So then
and that's Friday at 11.
We played Indiana State twice, and we split. They beat us in Terre Haute. We beat them in Champaign. So it'll be a good game, and again, we got to have those bats come alive like they did against Purdue. Man, home run.
Yeah.
That's what we did. If we can start doing that again, we can make some noise. So here's hoping.
So I know you've been tracking Jacob, and he's still with the Cincinnati Reds.
Starting his 3rd week.
Yes.
So every moment is great. He's been on base 9 games in a row.
Okay, and the Reds won 3-1 yesterday over our St. Louis Cardinals.
Yes, they did.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. 2 unearned runs in the 2nd inning against Lance Lynn proved to be the difference as the Reds won 3-1, breaking the Cardinals' 5-game winning streak, extending Cincinnati's win streak to 4.
It was a quick game yesterday, 2 hours and 15 minutes, but quick because the Cardinals were not putting the ball in play. They struck out 12 times. The Reds outpitched the Cardinals. The 2 unearned runs were the difference. Lance Lynn did get a quality start. Unfortunately, the Reds were a bit better.
The Cardinals dropped to 2 games under 500, and today we'll have Kyle Gibson on the mound going for his 4th win. But the Reds' bullpen faced 11 batters, striking out 9 of them.
They were unhittable, and the Cardinals, of course, had the late night coming back after the late night in St. Louis and the rain delay, but it showed certainly yesterday here in Cincinnati.
Gibson's mound opponent today will be Andrew Abbott. He's 3-4. On the air at 4:45. Ricky will go over the lineups at 5:30 Central Time. I'll bring you the first pitch around 5:40 as the Cardinals try to get even in the series. The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
Well, Milwaukee beat the Cubs. That final was 5-1, and Toronto over the Chicago White Sox 5-1. So it was just kind of a bad round for all our local favorite teams. But again,
hey, nobody can blame a guy for rooting for Cincinnati.
I know.
No, you can't. It's like if Gary Ducey was batting for the Cubs, you'd be a big Cubs fan.
Well, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
It's family.
Go, brother, go.
It's absolutely blood is thicker than water, man. Anyway, weather brought to you this morning by Carl.
Carl reminds you there's 6 signs of stroke. You want to be fast. Balance lost, eyes blurred, face drooping, arms weak, speech slurred, and a terrible headache. If you experience these symptoms, call 911 or visit carl.org/stroke.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois. Champaign event and vicinity. Hopefully made it through A-OK on the downpour-producing and local flood-generating shower and thunderstorm activity of late Friday afternoon and evening, and a couple of stronger storms that materialized on Saturday. Well, a fair amount of standing water into parts of Eastern Illinois and points southwest out around that Bonneville area. 4.5, 5.5, close to 6 inches in some areas immediately west and south of Champaign proper. Well, we'll see a stray shower thunderstorm, especially from Champaign and northward this afternoon with a weak upper impulse, but overall still a drier weather picture here for the next several days. Highs up to 74 with a partly sunny sky developing and a gusty west wind. Lingering shower thunderstorm this evening. Mostly clear skies develop after midnight, low down to 53. Sunshine 73 tomorrow, up to 74, and a mostly sunny Thursday. And Friday approaching the mid-70s with a stray shower thunderstorm. Late Saturday to Sunday, weekend highs back up close to 80 degrees. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
GameStop shares are up 25% this morning. The video game retailers sold 45 million shares on Friday, raising more than $933 million, which GameStop says will be used for general corporate purposes. Some major investment firms are about to settle with the Securities and Exchange Commission over texting violations. Employees of the firms are supposed to preserve written communications so regulators can make sure they're complying with federal laws. However, employees at Blackstone, Carlyle Group, and others have been accused of using mobile apps on personal devices. Singapore-based discount fashion retailer Shein was expected to launch its stock in New York, though the Wall Street Journal says now it's expected to launch in London in the next few weeks. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
It's time to take the quiz.
5 questions, 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week.
History, pop culture, science, sports, civics. How much do you know? Let's find out.
Who was the first person to walk on the moon?
Jackson or something?
Neil Armstrong.
Take the quiz every weekday at thequiz.fox and then listen to the quiz podcast to find out how you did.
Play, share, and of course listen to the quiz right now at thequiz.fox.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
The sounds of spring and the smell of flowers in the air, they all add up to Spring Green, America's neighborhood lawn care team. They become your favorite through quality service and professionalism. Spring Green will service and maintain your lawnscape with seeding, aeration, fertilizing, disease, and insect control. Over 40 years of satisfied customers reflect their commitment to Champaign-Urbana and the Mattoon Charleston area. Call Spring Green at 217-359-2111 or online at spring-green.com. Yeah, every time I looked up, it was raining a lot. I mean, it was just over the weekend. It was like, man.
Some glimmers of sunshine. And thank goodness during the Memorial Day celebrations and ceremonies and things like that at various military memorials, we had a break then. A little on the windy side for my sound system that I was providing.
Oh, boy.
Boy, Grandview, though, with all the flags
2,000
little flags put out on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. And then the 250 or plus full-size flags, and to see those flapping in the wind and just the touching ceremony from our Marine detachment. Thank you to everybody who contributed. It was very moving.
We would not be where we are enjoying our freedoms and the life we have without the soldier and the grace of God. But the soldier has to be ready to defend and give the ultimate sacrifice. That's what Memorial Day is all about. Veterans Day coming up in November. That's when we honor all veterans.
That's right.
But Memorial Day is when we remember. Hopefully all of us did. Okay, so I go to Interstate Batteries with the truck, and it's a little older truck, and so doesn't start, so I'm thinking bad battery.
Right.
Mark Martinez, the battery man, he said, well, let me try and charge it.
Okay.
I said, well, I'll buy you a new battery. Let me just try and charge it.
Okay.
So it looks like it gets charged, but it doesn't work. So he take it back to him. He puts it on his supercharger, not the little thingy I had. And he said, no, something's wrong. It's a bad cell.
Oh.
He said, if one of the cells goes bad, that fills with water, there's a bunch of cells.
I see.
And if one goes bad, it's bad. But then he says, I'm trying to buy a battery from Mark. I'm going,
right.
Here's my money.
Let's just solve the problem.
Yeah, he said, wait a minute. Let me check this. This is 15 months old. It's got to be warranty based. So I found whoever I got that from, and I got a new battery because it's warranty. But Mark didn't want to sell me a battery.
Okay.
I said, what the heck? Talk about local.
Right.
He said, that's why my customers come back.
Right.
He is
trustworthy.
Oh, man.
Dedicated to the battery industry.
I want to buy a battery.
I
want to buy a battery from you. No, he wanted to save me money.
Right.
That's who you're dealing with, Interstate Batteries. That's why the feedback we get on the Stever is so outstanding. I mean, he's one of the best we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Because you go in there, there's Mike, his brother, there's Mark, there's a few other fellows, and they're local. That's what I love about the smaller business.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, no offense to Costco, I go to Costco, I like Costco, but Tim doesn't work here. We work from Thursday to Monday and quit. I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's our Stever offer.
I've had some women say, he did a battery check to make sure that's what I needed and the life of the battery and things like that. And it's just great to have a guy in this department to help you with some of these mechanical issues and someone you can trust, like Interstate Batteries.
Yep. All right. So the deal is I'm buying you a battery. You can only win this once for obvious reasons. I can't re-battery your fleet. Let's spread it around.
Right.
So if you want a new battery, I don't think he'll argue with you and try and charge yours, but it's a free battery. So I'm paying for it. And so what you'll do is you go to gostever.com this morning and you'll click on the thingy that tells you're entered. And then once you enter, you'll get an email tonight after 8 if you win. And heck, I might do 5 or 6 of these today. So,
well, and when you think of the jet skis and the boats and all the summer things that we're getting ready right now, this is the zone for batteries. And you can find them all at Interstate Batteries.
He's got them all. Mm-hmm. It's way out there, but worth the drive for obvious reasons, as I explained.
Mm-hmm.
So what you'll want to do is go to gostever.com and get involved if you need a battery. If you've not changed your car, truck, or van battery, it's a $150 voucher. That'll get you a nice battery. And if you haven't done that in 4 years, Interstate says you need a new battery. So something to check.
2504 North Mattis in Champaign.
Okay, 7/27 Tuesday. I have to say it to myself because I think it's Monday.
I'll keep reminding.
Yep, and so we are drying out some of the fields. I know the farmers are trying to get done, but I know some are scrambled a little bit. Some of them have flooded out. Some have to be reseeded and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we're dealing with a wet deal. So Riley, Christian's fiance, had a bachelorette party this weekend. So Christian and I were kind of batching it, and we went golfing. I'd not been to the Atkins Golf Club at Stone Creek.
Okay.
University of Illinois Atkins Golf Club.
That was a good experience.
It was soggy. I mean, it rained 2-3 inches.
Sure.
But it was very playable.
Okay.
And kind of fun to see it. It looks beautiful. I'm telling you, it's a big boy golf course.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to play the tips way back, I can't play the tips. I can't hit it as far as I've never really hit it very far, but I can't hit it
on the
that
women's tee then?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Probably belonged on the women's tee. In fact, that'd have been a much more fun experience than I played the one. They've got like a senior tee. I played the white, which is back from the senior tee. I belong in front of the women's tee. That's kind of where I belong. Anyway, it looks great if you've not gone there. They got really inexpensive rates if you go late in the day. If you go late in the day and walk, it's great. I don't know if there's a better value than U of I Savoy Orange and Blue, though. I mean, that's just crazy how wonderfully affordable the U of I golf course is.
Yes.
And I'm sure they got plenty of water. Savoy got 3 inches.
Right.
I mean, it's just what it was. I don't think I expected the deluge, but it just kept recirculating or something. But anyway, more on that, Greg Solia, as we go here this morning. But as we mentioned, Bonneville got 4.5 inches, and they win. Whatever they win, they won.
At my Memorial Day service, I was talking to some Cardinal fans that want to go on that bus trip to Busch. It's June 22nd, and I told them
you still want to go?
You need to move on this today.
Now.
Yeah, this week.
Yeah,
because it's June 22nd. It's a Saturday game against the San Francisco Giants with a 1:15 start.
Yeah.
So we'll leave from First Christian Church around 9.
Yep.
And that's right off of I-57. It's Staley and Curtis. So we'll just hop on, and then we're back by like 7 o'clock in the evening. It's really nice.
How we like to do it. The Cardinals have been playing much, much better.
And even though they said, I want to text you my information, I said, please text 359-2255, the word bus, so we can tabulate everybody on our list and get you going.
It's coming up in like 3 weeks.
I know.
Yeah, you're going on a bus trip, and it's all sweet. All the food and beverages are covered. So, yeah, Yeah.
Yeah.
So 217-359-2255, the Fisher National Bank text line. You can text in bus if you want to still jump aboard. A few seats still remain. Otherwise, we're pretty good shape, and it's going to be a lot of fun against those San Francisco Giants. All right, Tuesday morning, May 28, ESPN 93.5. The news coming up next. Stand by, 7:30.
Illini pizza fans, great things come from Jets Pizza. Detroit-style pizza is one of them. Freshly made dough pressed into steel pans inspired by the Motor City. Topped with premium mozzarella, Mama Jet's secret sauce, fresh toppings, then baked to the thickest, crispiest, cheesy crunch. Want Detroit-style proof? Order Jet's famous 8-corner pizza. It's 8 pieces of crispy, crunchy, and cheesy to the edge pizza. Right now, get $5 off an 8-corner pizza at regular menu price. Online code 8SAVE. Jets Pizza. Better because it has to be.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Former President Trump and the jury will be back in court this morning for closing arguments in his criminal hush money trial. Fox's Eric Shawn in New York.
Trump's lawyer, Todd Blanche, expected to lay out the case here in this trial to the jurors that, in his view, there is no case. Prosecutor Joshua Steinglass is expected to give the closing for the prosecution.
The judge says he expects closing arguments to last at least all of today, and then the jury gets his instructions and starts deliberations. There's a Republican House primary runoff election today in Texas.
Gun control is one of the most talked about issues on the campaign trail between Congressman Tony Gonzalez and YouTube personality Brandon Herrera. Herrera has consistently hit Gonzalez for voting for a bipartisan gun safety bill. Gonzalez calls it a mental health bill that got spun as a gun control bill.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz. The Texas 23rd Congressional District spans 820 miles along the U.S.-Mexico border. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A 28-year-old man from Rantoul dead after Champaign County Coroner's office says he was shot during a domestic incident this weekend. It happened in the area of Sangamon Avenue and Seaver Street. He identified the deceased as Robert McKinney, who died Sunday morning in the critical care unit of Carl Hospital in Urbana. This week, we'll see a meeting between activist and Representative Nikki Budzinski to call for a permanent ceasefire in the war in Israel. Wednesday, a group of 7 people from Champaign-based Interfaith Coalition meeting in person for the first time with Representative Budzinski. It includes 7 members of the Muslim Action Committee and Jews for a ceasefire. Vermilion County Republican Rep. Brandon Schweizer rose on the House floor Saturday to speak against a bill regulating carbon capture projects in Illinois. The bill, which was the result of years of negotiations between industry leaders, environmentalists, farmers, and labor, covers a lot of ground. It puts first-of-its-kind state regulations in place on carbon capture projects. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign and vicinity. Boy, it was a tough one Friday afternoon from a rainfall standpoint. 4.5, 5.5, close to 6 inches on some of the Doppler radar estimates just immediately west and southwest of Champaign proper, out towards Bonneville, for example, and a wide swath of 1 to 2, in some spots 3 to 4 inches of rain extending from St. Louis into parts of west central Indiana. It had a repeat performance of some stronger storms in that same corridor on Saturday. Quieter weather picture expected here the days to come. Hopefully you're able to get caught up out there on the back 40, the backyard as well. Partly sunny skies, although a stray shower thunderstorm will fire up late this afternoon and evening time. With a high to 74, gusty west wind down tonight with a clearing sky after midnight to 53. Sunshine for the day tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. High temperatures in the lower 70s tomorrow, mid 70s Thursday and Friday. Pleasant overnight lows will warm up a little bit for the weekend with upper 70s and lower 80s. Stray shower thunderstorm chance as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm your host, Greg Solgay.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen. Nationwide teacher shortages, crazy. Former CEO of Blockbuster and 7-Eleven, author of new book, Education and Freedom. The future's in your hand. Jim Keyes, you ran Blockbuster?
I did. That was quite an adventure.
Well, I mean, we back in the day, we had 2 pregnancies. One was my son Nathaniel, and then we had triplets. And so our hands are full. Everybody got a movie, all that. And then they hit me on the old Be Kind Rewind thing because we had triplets and
You're showing your age.
I know it, man. Anyway, that's listen. We went to Blockbuster was a field trip for us. It was awesome.
Right.
We loved it. And when Jim Keyes ran it, she was running like a top.
Exactly.
And then technology has changed like crazy. Are people even going to the movies anymore? I got my own screen at home, Jim.
Right.
Man, nuts.
I know. Changes around us, changes everywhere.
It's just able to anticipate and react because stuff changes all the time. We don't have blacksmiths anymore and all that. Henry Ford drove by and all that stuff. So things do evolve. It's the guys that can be able to kind of see what's happening. What are we going to do about education? We have Champaign County teachers retiring, doing real estate. They're getting out of the mess at our schools. What do you say, Jim? You're a big shot guy that knows stuff. You're smart. What do we do?
I don't know about the big shot, but I'll tell you what. I've coined an expression I put in this book called "Education is Freedom," and it's change equals opportunity. It's the acronym CEO, which is quite relevant for any CEO, but for any of us, change equals opportunity, and it's going on in our school systems now. We shouldn't be surprised. I mean, you think about all of the challenges our systems have had in the last few years, everything from the protests on campus today to the spotlight put on our schools during the pandemic. Our school systems are kind of under fire right now, and for teachers to get frustrated and not see it as a rewarding enough experience as they did in the past shouldn't be surprising to anybody. But we can't let this happen. We have to take responsibility. You mentioned the subtitle of the book, "The Future is in Your Hands." It truly is in our hands as individuals and collectively as society to say that teachers are the first line of defense of the future generation. So we must figure out a way to fix this, to adapt to change, and to make the teaching profession something that we all aspire to as opposed to run from.
I don't know how you do that, and I know how the liberal thing kind of gets involved, and then parents say, we don't want we're moving out, we're going to private, we're doing homeschool. Remember when homeschool was like, whoa, you homeschool? Now it's like, I think it's mainstream.
Mm-hmm. But it's an epidemic, and we can't, here's what we can't do. We can't politicize education. It's happened in immigration, it's happened in so many other things. We can't sit around and fight over education. We have to fix it. Both sides have to come together and say, you know what, let's not yell at each other anymore. Let's not bash the teachers anymore. Let's not complain anymore. Let's use technology just as we use technology to transform retail, space, Blockbuster, right? It's available. It's at our fingertips. But we have to come together. Stop putting Band-Aids on the old system. Let's use technology together as a country and build a new platform for public education and post-secondary going into the future.
All right, I know you got to go. Education is freedom. Education is freedom. The future is in your hands. I presume available everywhere. So if I become president, will you accept my education secretary position, Jim? Because it sounds like you're
yes, absolutely.
I think
put me in.
All right. By the way, if you were still doing 7-Eleven, you'd be working the counter because nobody's coming to work, Jim.
Right.
Nobody's coming to work.
How do we with that?
What happened to everybody, man?
We got a supply crisis. We absolutely have a supply of educated employees. Supply crisis in America. Time to fix it.
COVID messed us up more than we know. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt. Jim Keyes, Keyes. Thanks for your time. Nice meeting you and good work.
Thank you. It's great to be with you this morning.
Nice to have you. Jim Keyes, Keyes. Mm-hmm. Former CEO of Blockbuster. Didn't you used to go rent movies?
That's right.
I mean, every one of my kids each got one.
Yes.
And generally it was like Lion King.
Right.
And Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody kind of had their one. And then we watched movies a lot.
Yeah.
And it was really fun. And then that little sticker, be kind, rewind.
We rewind the VHS tape, that's for sure.
Oh, I said I'm showing my age. It was back in the 90s.
I know.
Not that long ago, right?
So, yeah, the new book is Education is Freedom. The future is in your hands.
Okay, so we've got Illinois golf match play number 1. We've been leading for 2 days in the 3-round stroke game. We're 16 shots ahead. All that goes away to now it's match play, meaning I play you, and we'll see how many holes I can win versus how many holes you can win. Each hole is a game. And whoever wins the most holes, I might be at 5 holes and we can quit after like 12 holes because mathematically I beat you. So it can go kind of quick, or it can go all the way to 18, or it can go extra holes as well. But it's this team's playing well, man. We've been all on. I mean, Mike's small. does he not deserve a national championship?
Unbelievable.
I mean, that's the only thing left for him to do until we look back on the career of Mike Small someday and say, nobody's ever doing that. No coach is ever going to come here and win 90 games. They've won 90 golf tournaments, 9-0. That's a remarkable deal.
It is.
It's hard to win.
Wow.
So, I'm really
When we talked to him a week and a half ago, I just feel like he's just so humble about it all, and he doesn't know any of his statistics.
But in golf, that's, sports is humbling. Golf is particularly humbling because, and what's a bad shot to a pro is, not a bad shot to any of us. It's just unbelievable precision. And then you go outside and all of a sudden the wind picks up and the rain's coming and you got to play through a little stuff. I just think it's a microcosm of life. I think golf represents life in a lot of ways. Things are great. The weather's good. Things kind of go sour. It goes bad. You're doing great. Then you hit one out of bounds and the whole thing falls apart and you go, we have ups and downs in life. I think it compares very favorably to the game of life. And I can play golf with somebody and I can write a 2-page paper of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's your character comes out, your temper comes out, how you handle negative comes out. It's very revealing whether people understand it or not. You'll know if you want to go into business with the game of golf. I think it's quite a game.
Well, one of the trending stories over the weekend was Grayson Murray, 2-time PGA Tour winner, dying by suicide at the age of 30.
So heartbreaking. I watched the broadcast. I don't know what day on the weekend. Friday. It was Saturday then happened.
Right.
Friday night. He had played Thursday, shot 68, played Friday, pulled out after 16, said he wasn't feeling well.
Right.
He has a history of alcohol and depression. But he just won the Hawaii Sony Open in January.
Mm-hmm.
But it just, those voices that talk to you, how you're wasting your talent and you're not winning enough and all the pressures to stay on the PGA Golf Tour. But with a win, he was good for years. You get exempt for a year or two for sure. No, it's just suicide is such a heartbreaking, what could I have done moment.
Right.
I didn't do enough in my life to help them kind of thing. It's just horrific.
Well, it makes me think about the Crisis Lifeline. Text 988 or 988lifeline.org to get someone to help talk you through any kind of issues that you might be having. But I just took a 8-week course with NamiChampagne.org offering mental health help and understanding and covering it with patience and kindness. Any families going through this, boy, that NamiChampagne.org give you so many resources and more understanding on mental health issues that we face in the nation today.
Got to be as kind and nice to people as you can. And even if you feel like they're mean or whatever, if you can somehow respond in some form of love or kindness, it isn't easy. Because they're not very nice. Well, they've got a load they're carrying.
That's right.
And you never know what somebody's going through. But if you can respond by grace and love, that goes a long way. And you never know when you do. You might change somebody's life.
Yeah.
But it's a heartbreaking golf story. And the PGA Tour was the commissioner flew down to Dallas just to be with his players in this time. And they offered counseling for them, too.
That's good.
Because they just were playing golf with him. And he's gone. And his family said he would have wanted you to continue. They offered to cancel the Saturday round for him, but they decided to go on.
Grayson Murray.
All right.
We have 217-359-2255. If you ever want to contribute to the show, we appreciate you texting in on our Tapman's Towing phone line. And Tony had mentioned a huge shout out to my Blue Devils softball and the GCMS baseball for winning their super sectional games and advancing to the Final Four.
I know Monticello was the talk of the area, and they lost. They lost in, I think, sectional final. They had a wonderful season, but good for Gibson City, Melvin Sibley.
That's right.
Get a good shout out, and also to Villa Grove. If you know of a sports story we're missing, we'd like to know about it.
Absolutely.
744. All of our guests like Jim Keys on the Tapman's Towing phone line. All the texts come in on the Fisher National Bank text line 16 before 8 o'clock on this Tuesday.
We were just talking about Illinois men's golf at 6 under, ahead by a 16-stroke margin, and, some real heroes in the game that were just, so far ahead. And number 8 seed Georgia Tech in match play now.
And again, all that 16, it's all gone.
Right.
Now we're 0-0. And that's kind of a shame, particularly if you're up 16 shots. All you get, and in match play, it doesn't matter if it's 1-8 or 1-64. It doesn't matter. It's just you against me, and I hit a bad shot and you didn't, and all of a sudden, he's beating you? Really? I mean, that kind of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So being the 1 seed doesn't do much in match play. I think it's a great equalizer. So go Illini. You're playing great. Keep it going. See if you can close one out and win this thing.
Speaking of baseball, tap for the NCAA tournament. I think it's been since 2019.
Yep, 2019 we were back in the NCAA, but that was a relief versus joy.
Yeah.
It was like, we won the national tournament, but you lost in tournament. Yeah,
right.
We won the
So
Big
up and
Ten
down.
regular season by 2 full games. We got in. We're 3 playing. We're the 2.
We are
It's Indiana
playing
State.
Indiana State.
But they're the 2.
And I don't have the seeds written down.
Well, again.
Lexington, Kentucky on Friday at 6.
And I think it's double elimination, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, NCAA, let's just see if we can win some games, get to the next level. I have to beat Kentucky probably on their home field, but that's all right.
I do have number 3 seed Illinois.
Okay.
We'll take on number 2 seed Indiana State.
All right, and
Friday at 6.
We played them twice. They beat us at their place, and we beat them here, so it's probably pretty even. All right.
Okay. And congratulations to Dan Hartleb again. Boy, up and down, giving him more gray hairs. But really was, Coach of the Year or something?
Yeah, Coach of the Year, Big Ten Coach of the Year.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And Illinois had a wonderful season after a little slow start. And we lost some games to some really good baseball teams, but it hurt our ranking, RPI, and all that stuff.
Right.
So, but we're in, and let's win.
So
Friday night, ESPN Plus, you have to pay if you want to see it.
That's right, ESPN Plus. And, a lot of times you can find these games when you watch them at P at 1609 West Springfield Avenue. They'll figure that out.
Yeah.
So, Cubs versus Cardinals over the Memorial Day holiday weekend. Cardinals came out on top,
But
right?
1-2. Cardinals had won 5 straight till yesterday. They did play till like 11 or midnight, and then they had to fly to Cincinnati, so they might have been a little sluggish.
Yeah.
They struck out 12 times against the Reds.
Okay.
Reds pitching was just better than the Cardinals. Lance Lynn went into the 6th inning, I believe, and so a couple of errors. Never before has Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt had an error in the same inning. Happened. And they're reviewing Goldschmidt's, because I thought that was a bad hop, and it was off my son-in-law's bat, so I'm rooting for a hit.
Jacob Hurterbeest makes a hit.
Well, he hit it down the line, and Goldschmidt didn't get it, and they called it an error.
Oh.
But it looked to me like a real bad, tricky hop. And usually tricky hops are hits.
Right.
They're reviewing it at the Major League Baseball level. They do that. I didn't know that.
Okay.
They are looking at it.
So even though the play has come and gone, just on the record books to know if Jacob got a hit or not.
It still drove the 3rd run in.
Okay.
Got the home, and he got on base and got to second. So
Cincinnati on top 3-1. I know it's weird now. We have Stevie as a Reds fan.
Well, I mean, just again, I'm very close to the Cardinals, but I sent a text to Jacob. And I said, "You're my favorite player," and I go Reds. And if somebody out there says if a family member weren't batting for the Seattle Mariners, you'd be a Mariner fan.
Exactly.
It's a completely different feel. It's like family.
It is family. Me up because, I guess when you were growing up here in Philo, people talk about you wearing that Cubs hat.
I was a Cub fan.
And I know you've said with my afro, I hardly ever wore hats.
Well, it popped off all the time because the hair. But I was a Cub, and then I worked intimately with the St. Louis Cardinals. They gave me the franchise after 45 years. They gave it to us. What? They send me stuff.
Follow the money, baby.
Well, yeah. I just started watching them more, and but now there's no doubt it's a slam dunk Reds fan because I've got family in the game.
We'll excuse it.
It's an unbelievable feeling, and you never know if you ever get to. And again, Jacob might not stay very long. He might stay a long time. I don't know that, but we're enjoying every moment.
So Milwaukee beat the Cubs, and I haven't looked up when that game is today on US 105.9, but I will. I'm sorry. And Toronto over the Chicago White Sox 5-1. That's sports. I'm Diane Deuce.
Go check your weather. That'll be next. It's ESPN 93.5.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less.
Stevie Jay here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
When your pipes are in a pinch and your drains are feeling the strain, who do you call? The plumbing pros, of course. At Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, they're your reliable partners in all things plumbing. From leaky faucets to clogged drains, they can get any problem you have cleaned up and taken care of. Their licensed plumbers are on call 24/7, ready to swoop in and save the day whenever a plumbing emergency strikes. Don't let a plumbing problem ruin your day. Call at 217-841-4728 or visit them online at dogtownheatingandair.com. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Local, personal, trusted. Hi, this is Ata Durakan with First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana, and we've been serving Champaign County since 1908. Our institution is safe, strong, and stable. We operate on a foundation of responsible and sound practices, and you can rest easy knowing we're your bank. Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial, Inc., fast, friendly, and local, with local loan decisions and underwriting. If you're not already banking with us, give us a try, and we think you'll love it here. First Federal Savings Bank, 356bank.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 435120.
Young man from Monticello, I guess, won the discus.
Oh, nice.
DeMarion, welcome to the Monticello High School Wall of Champions. He's the 15th state championship plaque to be displayed in the foyer of the Arthur Buzz Seavers Center. 2024 Class 2A track and field discus champion. Wow, I guess his dad's a police officer in Monticello, too.
Okay.
DeMarion Foreman, state champion, Monticello High School.
Congratulations, Sages.
Looks like a man, doesn't he?
That's impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really strong-looking athlete. Weather with Greg brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
And they remind you they're your premier provider for home improvements. Looking at a project on siding, windows, doors, roofing, and outdoor living? Visit KramerSiding.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana Saturday. Boy, it was a tough one Friday afternoon from a rainfall standpoint. 4.5, 5.5, close to 6 inches on some of the Doppler radar estimates just immediately west and southwest of Champaign proper, out towards Bonneville, for example, and a wide swath of 1 to 2, in some spots 3 to 4 inches of rain extending from St. Louis into parts of west central Indiana, and had a repeat performance of some stronger storms in that same corridor on Saturday. Quieter weather picture expected here in the days to come. Hopefully you're able to get caught up out there on the back 40, the backyard as well. Partly sunny skies, although a stray shower thunderstorm will fire up later this afternoon and evening time. With a high to 74, gusty west wind down tonight with a clearing sky after midnight to 53. Sunshine for the day tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. High temperatures in the lower 70s tomorrow, mid 70s Thursday and Friday. Pleasant overnight lows. Will warm up a little bit for the weekend with upper 70s and lower 80s. Stray shower thunderstorm chance as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, Abby Dolchus, Greg Soldier.
Yeah, let me mention it to Monticello High School. Ryan Woodham is the throws coach, and Cully Welter, the great football coach, also does track and field.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that.
Okay.
All right, ESPN 95 Tuesday. Dr. Todd Likens, Pet Pro, Madison Kirby in Champaign. I don't see any cicadas in Champaign-Urbana and Philo. They're at your place, though, right?
I'm actually still at the house. I was coming out to see. They're not as loud as normal here, so you could hear them. Gina took a video this weekend of her walking dogs, and it sounded like a train was going by with all those cicadas going off out here.
That's Muhammad, man. That's in Muhammad. Well, I'm thankful. I don't really care to
Lots
see
of trees in Muhammad, though.
A lot of trees in Muhammad. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we're out here where we got trees kind of surrounding the property, set aside type land, and they're loaded. And I can send you pictures that just gross you out.
Oh my God!
So it's at the roots area is where they're crawling up the tree.
They crawl. They'll crawl the way up, and then they're all over. They're getting wings, and they're all over in the grass. You can it's crazy.
Well, do your dogs want to eat them? All those English cream?
Oh yeah, and then they scream when they pick them up. So they make a really loud noise. So we know when dogs are doing it.
Wait a minute.
They're not supposed to do it.
Because
the cicada does the squeaky noise.
Oh, it's kind of like it's a different than their twirls or whatever they do.
Their mating call.
So they're like, they know how to claim help, I guess.
Right.
Like I said, I'm sitting outside, and there's about 20 of them buzzing around just in my field of vision.
How do you keep the dogs from eating them? You really can't.
I can't. It's just they're everywhere.
Well,
It's
would the
crazy.
dogs like them? Apparently, they must taste good.
Well, I think the noise attracts them. And most of them will spit them out. We got them trained to drop.
Yeah.
So if we're there, we got them. Otherwise, they're eating some, and even though I don't want them to.
I got you.
Right, and even if they do consume a cicada, it's not
well.
you know,
You
real
said
bad. It's just this crunchy thorax.
99.9% of the time, no big deal.
Okay.
GIF said the worst case is that those hard skeletons can perforate the intestines, but that's rare.
Okay. How about compost piles? We're seeing some of that. That's not a good idea for your buddies to get in that, right?
Nope. I want to bring that up. Make sure your compost piles are secure from your critters, because I had a case. There's all sorts of bugs and interactions going on in there. So besides the bacterial infections and just making them really sick, there's things like funguses in there. And I've got a case where the dog got an aspergillus fungus, which can disseminate throughout the body, and it's got an affinity for the nose and can tear up the nose and everything. The treatment can go on for 6 months. You got to give medicine for 6 months, and it's not cheap.
Man.
So that's something. Just don't let them dig and sniff in the compost pile, because that's where they get it from. The blasto is out here everywhere.
Oh
too.
boy! Charlie had that. That was awful. Charlie got some
so you
blasto.
don't want them. Yeah, you don't want them digging in the dirt as much as possible and things like that. I mean, dogs are going to be dogs, but good old Illinois got all sorts of good things that grow on our ground. So, but compost is especially dangerous.
All right, so we got to watch the compost piles. Don't let your doggies have free reign of that buffet. That's not a good idea.
I sound like a Dr. Downer right
No,
these
it's
days.
a doctor warned me. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
we
okay.
need to know.
By the way, Lovey is doing wonderfully. Lovey, for whatever reason, just had bad teeth. And she is still consuming this itty bitty pellets. I don't know how she's chewing it, but
she'll be ready for her implants soon. We'll get her a nice gold tooth up front.
Right. I shouldn't keep her from those little small pellets because she's gobbling them up. Is that okay?
No, I mean, like I said, I've seen dogs really gum them down. I don't know how they do it.
I don't either. But she's clearly more comfortable. Clearly. I mean, she must have been achy and bad teeth. It was just hard, and I felt so bad for her. But she was definitely. She feels better. There's no doubt about that.
Dental care is, you see a little bit, and it's slow and it's progressive, but you just don't know what kind of pain they're in. I mean, if you've ever had an abscessed tooth, you know how sore you can be.
And so with your dogs, you can't possibly brush their teeth. There are too many dogs. So what you just
no. We try to give things they can chew and things like that.
Yeah.
But seriously, I like to start doing dentals around age 3, about every year, just to try and stay ahead of it.
Okay.
We got a text in, Dr. Todd, about Walnut Point State Park in Oakland, how it's crazy loud with the decibel levels around 85,
Whoa.
which is close to the OSHA threshold for hearing protection with all those cicadas.
Man, Oakwood?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Oakland.
People do come out here and comment on the noise. There you can kind of hear them.
Okay, well, take a field
They're just
trip, watch
warming
your
up.
dogs eat all the cicadas. That might be kind of fun. Hey, Todd, thank you. How can people connect with you?
Hey, give us a text, 217-355-5051.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, see you guys.
That's talk to Todd Likens, veterinarian, on the Tapman's Towing phone line.
Mm-hmm.
So 85, that's where you wear the muffs, right?
That's right.
Earmuffs.
That's right.
Louder than a concert. No, not the same, probably.
I just got a personal text about Interstate Batteries at 2504 North Madison, how great they are. And that's at GoStever.com?
Yeah, free battery for your vehicle. You only can win this thing once. And you can go to GoStever.com and get a brand new battery. It's a $150 voucher. You can buy a bunch of AA's if you want.
That's right.
It's a $150 voucher. Okay. All right, the news will be next. And then we'll catch up again right after the news at the top of the hour. Get Greg Solier again. Another forecast. Yeah, we had a lot of rain. Bonneville won the prize, whatever that would be.
4 inches.
Of 4 inches, 4.5.
Wow.
That's a flood. And a lot of fields I'm seeing with standing water. So I'm not sure what the farmer status is, but some of that seed probably got washed out if it's not already popping up.
StevieJay.com to hear the show anytime.
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. You know, as much as I did my research, he had a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
The defense will go first. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. In closing arguments that'll start this morning at former President Trump's trial in New York. His lawyers will tell the jury there's no crime. He did nothing wrong.
Former President Trump is charged with 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. He has pleaded not guilty. Prosecutors say he falsified those records to cover up campaign finance violations. The charges are connected to a 2016 hush money payment made to adult film star Stormy Daniels to buy her silence over her claim that she'd had a sexual encounter with the former president in 2006, something he says never happened.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. There are more Palestinian deaths reported in Gaza after Israel's military says it took out more terrorists and found more weapons in Rafah, considered Hamas's last stronghold. This after Sunday's airstrike that Israel's prime minister called a tragic mistake, setting a tent camp on fire, killing 45 Palestinians. All that upsetting a progressive House Democrat even more.
Michigan Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib calling President Biden an enabler of genocide while calling Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu a war criminal. The Progressive Squad member making the comments at the People's Conference for Palestine in Detroit, Tlaib also blasting her fellow Democrats and the president for criticizing college campus protesters, saying it's cowardly and, quote, "We're not going to forget in November, are we?"
That's Fox's Ryan Schmelz. The day after Spain gave Ukraine $1 billion worth of military aid to battle Russia, Belgium is doing the same, also offering F-16 fighter jets. It's day 3 of a manhunt for 2 prisoners who made a jailbreak in Louisiana Sunday night. One of them is facing charges in a murder case.
The jail's officials didn't know about the breakouts until hours after the fact. A total of 4 prisoners escaping through a weak spot in a chain link fence. The police chief acknowledging that the jail was short-staffed at the time, but says that's no excuse.
Fox's Brooke Singman. They broke out with 2 other prisoners who were found hiding in a dumpster near the jail in Tangipahoa Parish. America's listening to Fox News.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TAP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TAP to 321-321. That's TAP to 321-321.
As Iran gets ready to replace President Raisi, who was killed in a helicopter crash earlier this month, the Wall Street Journal reports the Biden administration is urging our allies like France and Britain not to confront and provoke Iran over its nuclear program. They're considering censuring Iran at a meeting of the UN's atomic watchdog next month as the Iranian nuclear fuel stockpile grows.
The International Atomic Energy Agency's confidential report reveals Iran has increased its supply of near weapons-grade enriched uranium. And while Iran claims it wants economic sanctions eased in exchange for slowing down its nuclear program, the IAEA says the country isn't cooperating. The two signed a joint statement last year where Iran agreed to allow inspectors more access to its sites. Grossi previously warned Iran has enough enriched uranium to make several nuclear bombs, though the Iranians say their nuclear program is for peaceful purposes only. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
In the middle of the abortion rights debate raging in states across the country, a criminal case.
A man from Brookline, Massachusetts, outside Boston, is charged with tricking his girlfriend and forcing her to lose her pregnancy. Police say 43-year-old Robert Kawada was giving his girlfriend what he claimed were vitamins and iron supplements. But investigators now think Kawada instead intentionally gave her misoprostol, one of the known abortion drugs. He's now charged with poisoning, assault, and battery with a dangerous weapon upon a pregnant woman. Eben Brown, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down for the Dow, up for the NASDAQ before the opening bell. In the NBA,
Brown has it. Final seconds. That's it. It's over. The Celtics are heading back to the NBA Finals.
Boston completed a sweep of Indiana on ESPN with a 105-102 Game 4 win over the Pacers. The Celtics will face either Dallas or Minnesota. That series resumes tonight. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A long list of regulations of carbon capture projects officially passing the Senate with bipartisan support now heads to the governor's desk. The bill would set regulations around every stage of the process, from the capture of carbon emissions to the transport of the emissions and the storage in underground wells. Illinois currently lacks any regulations on carbon capture or sequestration. Well, a 22-year-old motorcyclist dies after police said his cycle crashed in Decatur yesterday morning at the intersection of North Main Street and McKinley Avenue. Police said the cycle driving south on Main when it left the road, hitting a utility pole. That motorcycle continued to drive southbound, hitting another utility pole. The driver died on scene. A 28-year-old man from Rantoul dead after the Champaign County Coroner's Office says he was shot during a domestic incident this weekend. He says it happened in the area of Sangamon Avenue and Seavers Street. He identified the deceased as Robert McKinney of Rantoul, who died Sunday morning in the critical care unit of Carl Hospital in Urbana. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
Hey, good Tuesday morning. It's Monday feel. That's what I got all day.
That's right. But it's May 28th.
It is May 28th. We got, well, that sounds funky.
Oh.
Okay. Are you there, Greg?
Yeah. Can't get on the main contraption.
I just went to that thingamaflugy. Our power went out for 2 hours overnight. And holy cow, it's not just plugging in the toaster again. It's a mess.
Yeah.
We get too many plugs in water.
Modern technology, ain't it grand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so our meteorologist, Greg Sawyer, we discussed that Bonneville had the most rain at 4.5 inches. Savoy came in second with 3+, and 2 point everything else. Thank you for sending that stat. That was very good.
Well, thank you.
But lots of rain, and I thought it looked like it was going to be fairly peaceful, but you're thinking maybe a pop-up stuff, huh?
Yeah, just pop-up stuff where, again, it's a process, it's a transition, and it's another example that, this is certainly in inexact science, and sometimes these thunderstorms end up generalizing the atmosphere on their own. They make up the movement and the nature and their, at least, effects on folks on their own around here. A little atmospheric engine sometimes, and that is exactly what happened here Friday afternoon. Those things just sat, and one after another, slow-moving boxcar train setup, if you will, is another analogy for it, extending as far south and southwest as St. Louis, multi-trains there, and dozens of reports of hail and high wind there. They really took the beating with regard to severe stuff, but I'm sure lots of standing water in the fields, even the better drained and tile-lined fields are going to be a struggle in some of those heavier rainfall totals. And if you're even keeled, well, good for you. We'll continue on with some pretty good growth and emergence and development. The process continues to be that of a little more spotty, random nature. We'll see that this afternoon, especially to our north. 3 days of dry weather, spotty stuff where it moves back in. A different atmospheric setup around here for the upcoming weekend. About 63, 64, and we'll head towards an afternoon high today across the area, somewhere in about the mid-70-degree range with a partly sunny sky for the afternoon. And the rain chance at 20, maybe 30% from Champaign on Norfolk. That'll linger into this evening. We'll turn clear after midnight tonight and bottom out into the mid-50s tomorrow. And then for the day on tomorrow's Wednesday, by the way, Thursday and Friday, dry weather, sunshine, mid and upper 70s by day. We'll actually be in the 40s here come Thursday morning. And then, over the weekend, up near 80 and a stray shower thunderstorm chance. Different setup around here, but pop-up affair. So hopefully if you play your cards right, generally dry weather here for the next 4 or 5, maybe 6 days. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
All right, buddy. Thank you. 8:09. Closing arguments in the Donald Trump trial begin. Defense will go first. I think the left still thinks if he gets convicted, I think there's a pretty good likelihood he will.
Okay.
Simply because the setup, it's just so unfair. Unfair. The judge just... Alan Dershowitz, Democrat, was in the courtroom, said, I've 50 years never seen anything like this. Never seen what the judge was doing ever before. It's going to be appealed. It'll get overturned on appeal eventually. But I say if Donald Trump gets convicted, his popularity and his favorability and the polls will go to his favor. That's how aware people are of what's happening in Manhattan. It is such a... If you looked into this thing, you just say this isn't... This is not equal justice under the law. It just is not. They're going after the... And then President Biden says he's going to talk about the verdict at the White House. Why would you talk about that at a press con... Or not? It's a speech within the White House. Why would you talk about your top political opponent from the position of the White House?
Sorry, just pass.
Or do it somewhere else. But
right.
This is... And it's not going to be favorable. I just think this is working. It's going north for Donald Trump. And I think the more they do this, the more north it's going to get. But even if you've tracked all this, no way. They can't possibly. The guy said that the top prosecution witness said he had nothing on Trump. And there's a witness that said that. And he raised his eyebrows in court. The judge cleared out the courtroom and ripped the guy. And said, if you do that again, I won't even count any of your testimony. Can he do that?
Wow.
That's what he said. This is not very good for justice. It's not very good for the perception of justice. Not good for our legal system. Not good for what we think is right and wrong, good and bad. It's got to be fair. Lady Justice is blindfolded. Or she was. So now we'll see what happens. See if the verdict comes out, but they have to get everybody. Otherwise, it's a hung jury. But imagine if it's 11-1, the one poor soul's not going to hold out. There's no way. Too much pressure. But if they get the thing, we just have to see. If they convict him, America will be shocked. The left will they'll be crying, frothing at the mouth. It'll be something to see. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right, 812 ESPN 93.5.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
This is Eric Bowen with Provident Financial Group. We are honored to be celebrating 15 years of service and want to thank all of our amazing clients for their confidence and trust. We look forward to meeting the needs of current and future clients in the years to come. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
When it comes to finding a reliable vehicle, look no further than Sarah Champagne, your trusted automotive destination. They carry a lineup of top brands, including Honda, BMW, Subaru, GMC, and Buick. And they're not just about cars, they're about people. Their team is dedicated to providing you with trustworthy service and dependable vehicles that fit your lifestyle. Experience the difference at Sarah Champagne. Visit Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, champagne.com. Your lawn is an important investment. Let Spring Green take care of that lawn. Your local, family-owned and operated Spring Green has been committed to beautifying your neighborhood through quality, service, and professionalism. Spring Green's full program customers are backed by their guarantee of satisfaction. Smart Money Magazine reports that consumers value a home with a well-maintained lawn and landscape up to 11.3% higher than the base price. Why don't you call Spring Green today, 359-2111, or visit them at spring-green.com. All right, you check your sports headlines, 814 ESPN 93.5.
So Cincinnati beat St. Louis Cardinals 3-1.
Yep.
Jacob Hurtubise played continues to play in the games. That's Stevie's son-in-law.
Leading off again tonight. So we're really proud of Jacob, and he's enjoying every moment. He just looks at it as, I'm here today.
Yeah.
And in big leagues, you don't know if you're staying a long time. He came up because of an injury to TJ Friedel, who was hit by a pitch on his thumb.
Yeah. But now he's healing up.
He's healing up and taking some live batting practice today. If he's good to go, they're going to activate him tomorrow.
Okay.
And Jacob might be headed back to Louisville, or
see.
he might stay.
Okay.
They might send somebody else down.
Right.
I don't know. I know that he's performed very, very well, and it isn't easy. Particularly, they had to play Arizona Diamondbacks, National League champions.
Yeah.
The LA Dodgers 7 times. The Padres 3 times.
Yeah.
And then the Cardinals, I mean, they've had some tough teams they've been playing, and he's adapted very, very well to Major League pitching, and he's fielded beautifully, so he's fine. He's doing great, and no matter what, he's done great. So
because we've been talking like this, I don't even know when we play today as we continue.
We play today at 5:40. I know everything now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on top of it. 4:45, the pregame.
Okay.
5:40 is when the first pitch the Cardinals play in Cincinnati, Great American, where we were last week. That's a beautiful ballpark. We went to Bark in the Park, and we had our 2 little puppies, our 2 little doggies, and I didn't realize 498 dogs were also going.
Yes.
500 dogs at the park.
Right.
The night we were there, got to walk all the way around on the dirt on the field, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell you how manicured the grass is. It's perfect. It's like whatever they're putting that Scots down, like the red-haired beard guy, the Scott guy. Feed your lawn.
Nice.
It's just beautiful to be down there. It's such a beautiful, beautiful stadium.
It'll be a 6:40 start over on US 105.9. Also in our Stevie J Broadcasting cluster, you're home for the Cubs. Milwaukee on top 5-1 yesterday. Freddie Peralta on the mound for the Brewers, taking on the Cubs' Ben Brown. Toronto over the Chicago White Sox 5-1. They've got a 6:40 start from Chicago's South Side. Also a shout out to the Blue Devils softball and GCMS baseball, winning super sectional games yesterday, advancing to the Final Four, according to Tony's text at 359-2255. Appreciate that. Speaking of baseball, Illinois baseball, Friday at 6 in Lexington, Kentucky. We are in the NCAA tournament. Hasn't happened since 2019. Indiana State is who will be taken on. And congratulations to Dan Hartleb and the team. And Mike Small with the Illinois men's golf is impressive with a 6-under over the weekend in California. And then now it's going to be match play with number 8 seed Georgia Tech.
So if you beat them, then you'll go to the semifinals. There's only 8 teams out of 30 that made this level. And so then if you beat Georgia Tech, and I'm telling you, it's coin flip. Match plays a coin flip. Forget that you won by 16 shots over the field of 30, the best teams and best players in the world in college. And so it's just now we get down to you against me and extreme mental toughness. And if we beat Georgia Tech, then we're in the Final Four. If we win that one, we're in the finals again.
Mm-hmm.
Last time was against Alabama, and Alabama beat us.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, we're close. 3 more wins, and we have a national championship. So, again, Mike Small, knocking on the door. Man,
that's right.
Let's go.
Hall of Famer Bill Walton, two-time champ at UCLA, NBA, passed away at the age of 71.
He was
battle with cancer.
Absolutely wild as a commentator, and he'd drift off into talking about the novels he's reading.
Yeah.
He was the number 1 pick out of the draft, 1974. Mm-hmm. He was part of that, whatever it was, 8 in a row with John Wooden at UCLA,
yep.
And he was a magnificent player. I was a Bill Walton fan. And I guess I didn't realize he was battling cancer, but 71 these days is really young. It really is. So that's a shame. We'll miss Bill Walton, but 2 NBA championships along the way with Portland and the Boston Celtics. All right, we check your weather. Meteorologist Greg Soyer, brought to you by Busey for over 150 years. Member FDIC. It is Tuesday. Banks and mailboxes are
back open. Woo. All good. May 28th.
Been without them for 3 whole days. So we can go there and... How many times you walk out to the mailbox on a Monday?
I know.
Memorial Day or Labor Day, and there's nothing there, and you go, anybody see me?
Oh, yeah.
Anybody see me? I better get back in the house. 8:19.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign and vicinity. Boy, it was a tough one Friday afternoon from a rainfall standpoint. 4.5, 5.5, close to 6 inches on some of the Doppler radar estimates just immediately west and southwest of Champaign proper, out towards Bonneville, for example, and a wide swath of 1 to 2, in some spots 3 to 4 inches of rain extending from St. Louis into parts of west central Indiana, and had a repeat performance of some stronger storms in that same corridor on Saturday. Quieter weather picture expected here in the days to come. Hopefully you're able to get caught up out there on the back 40, the backyard as well. Partly sunny skies, although a stray shower thunderstorm will fire up later this afternoon and evening time. With a high up to 74, gusty west wind down tonight with a clearing sky after midnight to 53. Sunshine for the day tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. High temperatures in the lower 70s tomorrow, mid 70s Thursday and Friday. Pleasant overnight lows. Will warm up a little bit for the weekend with upper 70s and lower 80s. Stray shower thunderstorm chance as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
I'm Susan Lee, and this is the Fox Business Report.
T-Mobile is paying about $4.4 billion for almost all of U.S. Cellular, giving it 4 million new customers. The Wall Street Journal says U.S. Cellular caters to a base of mostly rural customers across several states, though U.S. Cellular says it will keep its portfolio of cell phone towers, some wireless spectrum licenses, and joint ventures with Verizon. Elon Musk's artificial intelligence startup xAI has raised $6 billion in funding from investors, including Sequoia Capital, Fidelity Management and Research, and others. It plans to use some of the money to step up research and development. There's a change in the way most securities and trades are completed. Starting today, the settlement period is shortened from 2 business days after the trade date to 1. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey, this is Trey Gowdy, host of the Trey Gowdy Podcast. Every Tuesday, you'll hear what's on my mind. Plus, every Thursday, there's a special bonus episode where we answer the questions that are on your mind. Make sure to spend your Tuesdays and Thursdays with Trey. Subscribe now at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you download podcasts. Hope to see you.
America's listening to Fox News.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have 1 direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Well, Roger Quinn is in our studio here in downtown Philo. He is president of the state of Illinois Elks. What are the Elks? Who are the Elks?
So the Elks are a fraternal organization. We're made up of American citizens over age of 21, believe in God, and have a good character.
Well, I'd say I want to join the Elks then. I mean, what the heck?
Heck yes.
All right, so president of the Elks, and then what do you guys got going on?
So the Elks do a lot of charity work. We not only locally, but as state president, I get to see kind of the big picture, see collectively how much great stuff we do in our communities. So we do a lot of stuff to help veterans. We do a lot of items, youth scholarships, some youth programs.
Okay, what comes to mind for me is I was part of the Special Olympian presentation with the Region I Special Olympic Athletics, getting that check from you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That happened after our polar plunge, which is usually mid-February that we're hopping into Lake of the Woods. My son Aiden has been a Special Olympic athlete forever.
Dominating though. What,
softball throw.
Softball throw, yeah.
And the 50-yard dash.
Awesome. Let's go.
So thank you for that. I think of these free throw contests that
Yes.
you conduct every first quarter of the year, typically at one of the Unit 7 schools. How does that go?
So that's one of the youth programs we do. It's called a hoop shoot contest.
That's it.
So that it's a shoot 25 free throws for score.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a lost art sometimes
Yeah, no
we
kidding.
see.
Yeah.
But that rolls all the way up to a national contest that we went to is in Chicago at Wintrust Arena. It's just these kids
Probably make them all, though.
They do. Some of them do.
Yeah.
But it's big nerves. I mean,
I know it. Big time, baby.
So to see an 8-9-year-old kid up there just nailing
young?
it is awesome. Yeah.
They can't make 25 out of it.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah.
I know it, especially when you're getting the scholarship dollars coming to you.
Right.
And then we usually talk with Mary Lemming about the coat drive that's coming up. And that has evolved over the years. It used to be people just dropped off coats.
Right.
But, the kids don't wear coats much these days. And it's more winter weather items. And that you personally have partnered with the Shop with a Cop program so that the kids can actually get items that they want at, like a Walmart in Savoy or something.
Exactly. It's a little easier than us trying to shop for them. It's like partner up with those guys, which are terrific. Great partners. Great partners.
So, and Jeff Pribble, we always are talking with him.
Of course.
And Roger has a big grin on his face. Now, the Flag Day celebration is coming up June 8th. Talk about that.
Okay, so as state president, I'm responsible for putting on a state Flag Day service. But all of the Elks Lodges in the country all do a Flag Day service. It's a mandatory program that everybody does. But this year, we're hoping the weather holds out. We're hoping to hold it at our local Elks Club at 903 North Dunlap, outside at 4:30 in the afternoon. And so we've got a speaker lined up. The Scouts are going to do a flag retirement. We've got a little program along with it. And then after that, we'll have a meal and some music. So
sounds good. Talk about flag retirement. We're just coming out of Memorial Day. I know I was at Grandview Cemetery yesterday, and they had over 2,000 little flags. They had 250 big flags. And, Stevie, you had a quest when you saw tattered flags early on in Stevie Jay Broadcasting for people to report that so we could retire honorably Old
Hate to
Glory.
see a tattered flag,
Exactly.
And one time we were at the other place, and a veteran came walking down the sidewalk because ours was tattered, and he expected some pushback. And I said, "Man, thank you, and can you help me change it?
Right.
Because I had one, just hadn't done it.
Yep.
So we raised it up and did it properly, and it was what we should have been doing.
So we just recently had an Eagle Scout program. One of the Eagle Scouts just placed a flag retirement box at the driveway of our Elks Club. So there is a box there that you can drive up and drop off those tattered flags, and they'll be retired properly.
Well, I love a patriot. Love a man who loves God. Good man, Roger. Good man. Well, how can we learn more about what you're doing and how people can get involved?
So there's a lot of information out there. Elks.org is got everything out there from a national perspective on down. And if you're interested locally, just reach out to us locally. It's our phone number is 359-2497, and we'll be glad to help you. And if you're interested in joining with us and do some of the good stuff we do, we like to look at it from a standpoint of we do a lot of great things in the communities, and we have fun doing it.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate what you do.
The Elks Club is right behind Old Orchard in Savoy. I know I personally help out right around Veterans Day with the Marine Detachment and their party to celebrate their Marine anniversary. And boy, we just have such a great time, and it's such a great event space. And Colin is awesome to work with.
Yeah, we've got a great staff, and the event space really helps us be able to do the charity stuff that we do. So.
I've been to some Rotary clubs there and
Right.
stuff like that too. So such a great service to our community to have the lodge there. Roger Quinn, nice job today.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you very
coming in.
much.
How you like retirement?
I'm loving it.
Is it busier than ever? That's what they say.
It could get busy, but
Yeah.
it's the best job I've had yet.
Especially with a partner like Lisa Chestnut. I'm sure she has a honey-do list.
Oh, yeah. We work together.
Well, first time, what did you do on Monday after it was over? And what did you do?
In the wine business.
I didn't stress. That's
okay. Well, yeah, that's why I think retired people a lot of times look younger.
Exactly.
I love it.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
It's Roger Quinn, ESPN 93.5. The news will be next. It's Tuesday, May 28th. No, I'm saying it over and over for my own purposes. 'Cause I don't know what day it is. 8:29.
Have you ever looked at a junk truck and said, man, that truck is pretty? Two men in a junk truck. Trucks are pretty. They're pretty big, so they can handle large jobs. They're pretty reliable. Two Men in a Truck has been recognized as a trusted leader in the moving industry for over 35 years. Now we are proud to offer that same reliability to junk removal, and they're pretty fast. When you're ready to let some things go and that you don't need, you don't want to wait 3 weeks. You want it gone now. Go to twomeninAjunkTruck.com and make room for what matters most.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The defense goes first, then the prosecution, delivering closing arguments today at former President Trump's trial in New York.
During the trial, the prosecution called 20 witnesses to the stand. The defense only called 2 witnesses. Trump did not take the stand in his own defense. The former president is facing 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. He denies any wrongdoing and has pleaded not guilty. Brooke Singman, Fox News.
A regional wireless carrier is being bought up by one of the big guys.
T-Mobile is paying about $4.4 billion for almost all of U.S. Cellular, giving it 4 million new customers. T-Mobile says the deal will help it to reach more rural areas that haven't traditionally been covered by its cell phone network.
Stocks start the day mixed on Wall Street. That was Jenny Casola reporting. Pope Francis, by the way, is apologizing for using a vulgar term in Italian about gay men, reaffirming the Catholic Church's ban on gay priests. Americans listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Oh, a 22-year-old motorcyclist dies after police said his cycle crashed in Decatur yesterday morning at the intersection of North Main Street and McKinley Avenue. Police said the cycle driving south on Main when it left the road, hitting a utility pole. That motorcycle continued to drive southbound, hitting another utility pole. The driver died on scene. A 28-year-old man from Rantoul dead after the Champaign County Coroner's office says he was shot during a domestic incident this weekend. He says it happened in the area of Sangamon Avenue and Seavers Street. He identified the deceased as Robert McKinney of Rantoul, who died Sunday morning in the critical care unit of Carl Hospital in Urbana. A long list of regulations of carbon capture projects officially passing the Senate with bipartisan support now heads to the governor's desk. The bill would set regulations around every stage of the process, from the capture of carbon emissions to the transport of the emissions and the storage in underground wells. Illinois currently lacks any regulations on carbon capture or sequestration. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Hi, Jim. Thank you. Our weather this morning, ESPN 93.5, brought to you by Watts Copy Systems. They offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices. If you're interested in a free evaluation, you can call them at 352-0428. And by Kurt Lenschow at State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We check the latest now with our meteorologist, Greg Stolye.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and Saturday. Boy, it was a tough one Friday afternoon from a rainfall standpoint. 4.5, 5.5, close to 6 inches on some of the Doppler radar estimates just immediately west and southwest of Champaign proper, out towards Bonneville, for example, and a wide swath of 1 to 2, in some spots 3 to 4 inches of rain extending from St. Louis into parts of west central Indiana, and had a repeat performance of some stronger storms in that same corridor on Saturday. Quieter weather picture expected here in the days to come. Hopefully you're able to get caught up out there on the back 40, the backyard as well. Partly sunny skies, although a stray shower thunderstorm will fire up late this afternoon and evening time. With a high up to 74, gusty west wind down tonight with a clearing sky after midnight to 53. Sunshine for the day tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. High temperatures in the lower 70s tomorrow, mid 70s Thursday and Friday. Pleasant overnight lows. Will warm up a little bit for the weekend with upper 70s and lower 80s. Stray shower thunderstorm chance as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soul. Okay.
Are you looking to get the most for your money? If not, you should be. A free rewards checking account from Fisher National Bank gives you access to their Reward Saver program, which earns you an exceptional annual percentage and can really increase your earnings potential. No monthly service fees or minimum balance required. When you're ready to make the most of your money, switch to Rewards Checking and Rewards Saver program from Fisher National. See monthly requirements at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
It's our old friend Mark Schultz, Urbana Park District. How in the heck are you, Mark?
Doing great, Stevie J. Hey, next time you talk to Greg Solier, tell him I say thank you for cleared out weather, and we got the Indianapolis 500 in.
Yeah.
I went over there to the race.
I thought that was going to be a rain out for sure, but was there a delay or anything?
Oh, yes. The green flag was supposed to fly at noon. It flew at 5 p.m.
Oh, wow.
In
That's
Indiana,
why I missed it.
Yeah, and Indiana is on the western edge of the eastern time zone, so it stays light late.
Okay. And then it was quite a finish, right? Like in the last 100 yards, someone else pulled out and they had won it last year?
Yep, they pulled Joseph Newgarden, pulled off the pass in turn 3. We were sitting in turn 3. We saw the win.
Oh, kidding. That's awesome.
I'm so glad you called, Mark. I missed the Indy 500 update, but now I feel like I got that in before the show ended.
And so you go to that quite often, don't you?
Well, I go to qualifications a lot. I don't go to the race. For someone who's a little adverse to crowds, 345,000 close friends.
It's a lot.
I mean, but what is... I'm fascinated by logistics and how stuff happens. Yeah. I'm fascinated by how many porta potties you'd need for that.
And where are they parking?
Well, they're parking a long way away.
Oh.
Miles away, aren't they?
There's neighborhoods all around. People who own houses around the track make some money on race day. You park in their neighborhoods. There's the main drag in. You have the Jiffy Lube and the gas station in the strip mall. You park in there to pay. And
How much does it cost on it? Like a guy across the street? How much are you charging for the parking?
Oh, guy across the street, probably close to $100. I parked 2 miles away for 25.
Okay,
2 miles away, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. That's a long way to walk.
I just about walked the Indianapolis 500 in my seats.
It is. Hey, your swimming pools are open. Did anybody show up?
Leslie said it was great.
Yes. Crystal Lake Park Family Aquatic Center is open now. While Urbana School District is still in session, they're going to open in the afternoons. But after school is out, we'll be open every day from 12:30 until 7.
Awesome. And a lot of people showed up over the weekend, I know. So.
Yes, they did.
Awesome.
Yes, they did. So, yeah, all information at urbanaparks.org.
Okay.
I just love that you can bring in a soft pack cooler with non-glass items and rock your own snacks for the kids. But there are vending machines there, and there's family restrooms where you can get. It's just all the options with the Crystal Lake Park Family Aquatic Center as far as the slides and the climbing wall that dumps you into the deep end. It's just really cool, Mark. Nicely done.
Thank you. It's very family friendly, and Leslie, our aquatics manager, will be happy to hear that.
Yeah, Mark built it himself. You said nicely done. He had a shovel out there. Yeah, exactly. I think I saw you out there building that whole thing. Hey, so you also have Neighborhood Nights beginning tomorrow night. Diane Ducey is part of that.
Hey,
that's awesome.
That's right. Diane Ducey is our MC for Neighborhood Nights again this year. Neighborhood Nights is our free concert series in the summer at our area parks. So on urbanaparks.org, you can find the schedule for Neighborhood Nights, but it begins tomorrow, May 29th at Carl Park with the occasional Cajun Band.
Nice.
And then June 5th at the Lake House with the Painkiller Blues Band. And then we go all the way through to July 24th.
Awesome.
Now, there are some times in June that we do take a Wednesday off because there are some other parties Urbana Park District is sponsoring in other areas. So you do want to take note of that in late June.
Yes. June 19th, there's no concert. There's no Neighborhood Nights. We have other activities going on, but we have June 12th at Crestview Park, and then we jump to June 26th at Victory Park.
Sounds
Lots
good.
of great artists, great music, It runs the gamut from Cajun, blues, Americana, roots rock, bluegrass, country, funk, R&B, hip hop. So you can check out the artist, check out the park, and you can go to them all if you want. We have free popcorn and lemonade from the park district. There's fun activities. You can connect with community resources, meet district officials, talk to them about what you're looking for in the park district. So it's Wednesday nights, 6:30 to 8 p.m. If it rains, it's 6:30 to 8 p.m. the Thursday night, so just the next night. So,
hey, how's your leg?
Leg's getting a lot better. I walked to and from my car, and the leg stayed on. So,
yeah, Mark, you broke your leg and officiating. Oh man,
broke my leg refereeing high school football, and it's coming back. And
have you retired, or are you doing this again?
No, I'm doing it again.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing it again.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be the white hat this year. Everything's going away from me. I'm lining up behind the quarterback.
So you're the referee.
I'm the referee.
You're the top dog. You're the man. You get all the money. Everybody feeds him. No, you get to stand behind the quarterback. Stay away from that action. Right. Man, that's for sure.
Yeah, everything except for the pick six and the punt return for the touchdown. Everything's going away from me. It's a little safer. I've got metal in both my legs now. We need to get a little safer.
It'll take a little time to get through the airports, partner. I'm pretty sure.
And Stevie and I were part of your radio chapter when you got married. I remember that day. Let's talk about family briefly, Mark Schultz.
Oh, family. Yes, we got married. It'll be 21 years.
Wow.
On this July 5th. And it's amazing. Time goes so fast.
Can't believe 21 years. Can't believe that.
Julia just finished her freshman year in college, and Ben just finished his sophomore year in high school. And it was just about 2 months ago. I was bouncing them on my knee.
Yeah, I know
exactly.
That. Mark Schultz, Urbana Park District, UrbanaParks.org. Lots of good stuff going on over there, partner. We appreciate very much having you on.
All right, thank you. You have a great day.
You as well. Mark Schultz, good guy.
Neighborhood Nights tomorrow, occasional Cajun band. Carl Park is across from Urbana High School. We'll see you there.
I remember when Mark met his future wife.
I do too.
21 years ago, right? 22 years ago.
So great.
Yeah, time does fly. 8:42. Run to your sports here this morning.
Okay.
ESPN 93.5.
Well, we had the Cincinnati Reds beating the St. Louis Cardinals. That final was 3-1. We've got a 5:40 start here on ESPN 93.5. So the drive with Lonte and Derek Piper will be cut short just a hair, but still tune in. Lots to talk about, especially with Illini baseball in action on Friday at 6 and Lexington, Kentucky against Indiana State. So this NCAA tournament tap happened, and it was good to see on social media the guys getting so excited and jumping up and down and clapping. And Dan Hartlett and his team hasn't happened since 2019. So go Illini. And of course, same with the men's golf at 6 under. Man, they just really pulled ahead by like 16-stroke margin. So now we're taking on the number 8 seed Georgia Tech in match play, and number 1 seed since 2018. I have written down here too. So
who's first number 1 seed? We were one before.
Yeah, in 2018.
Okay.
So it's been a while.
Yeah.
But men's golf, we're so proud of you with the match play going on against Georgia Tech today.
We beat Georgia Tech in stroke play by 31 shots, and yet I'm telling you, match play is a coin flip. You're saying, well, we're better than they are. We beat them by 31 as a team. And no, not how it works.
I see.
It's like you and me going out and essentially probably a little better in the favor of Illinois than a coin flip, but it's kind of like a coin flip. A guy hits a tree and it bounces, and that other guy made a shot he's never made in his life. That kind of stuff. That's what match play is. It's the great equalizer when it's each hole is a game.
Yeah.
And whoever wins the most out of 18, or in a lot of cases, you stop before 18 because you already got the lead, you're mathematically going to win. If you're 3 up with 2 to play, it's over. Then it's called 3-2. You won. 2 to play, you won.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll see, but Yeah, I mean, obviously we were the best by far in team stroke play. But now it's individual, one-on-one. Let's play a little ball. Let's go.
Cubs at 6:40 on US 105.9. Ben Brown on the mound as they continue the series against the Milwaukee Brewers, and Toronto over the Chicago White Sox 5-1 with a 6:40 start today. NBA action: Boston Celtics closed out the series against the Indiana Pacers, 105-102 yesterday, winning that series 4-0. Dallas and Minnesota in action tonight.
I'm trying to find. Do the men play today? I
thought so.
I would think so. Why would you take Monday off? Let's get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody still in school? High schools? Anybody?
Yes. As Mark had said, Urbana is definitely in. I know Central and Centennial have their commencement ceremonies tonight as the graduates head to the State Farm Center for that. So I think
I'm always uncomfortable at the cheering. Yeah. Because if your graduate didn't get cheering, then you have to yell louder.
Yeah.
In the old days, you're da, 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 and it's so exciting.
Yeah.
But if you start whooping and whooping, and they do, and I get it, but then what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
Because then you don't have any support.
And then your graduate feels like, my 8 people here didn't cheer loud enough, and whatever.
Yeah.
It is tough. So, scoring throughout the day on the Golf Channel. Coverage is set to begin at noon.
Ooh, Golf Channel's got it. That's
quarterfinals
cool.
at 5 o'clock for the semifinals.
Quarterfinals, what, at noon? They playing 2 today? They're probably going quarters and
Illini quarterfinal match against the Yellow Jackets. Tee off beginning at 8:20 Central Time.
8:20 this morning?
a.m., yeah.
Okay.
With the winner advancing to the semifinal contest, either number 4, North Carolina, or number 5, Florida State. Quarterfinal matchups include number 2, Vanderbilt, and number 7, Ohio State. Number 3, Virginia, and number 6,
So
Auburn.
we're probably doing 2 today.
Semifinals scheduled for Tuesday afternoon with tee times beginning at 2:45.
And then finals will probably be Wednesday.
Right.
Okay.
Go Illini.
Come on, man. We know we're the best this year there as a team. Can we do individuals? And can the guys step up and win one for the Fighting Illini golf team and hoist that national championship trophy, which has eluded Mike Small, the only thing that has eluded him in a spectacular career.
I see.
So
it talks about individual runner-up performances from Tyler Goki and Max Herendeen.
They tied for second.
So
they were in the top 4 last night.
The NCAA championship led by individual runner-up performances, Tyler Goki and Max Herendeen.
Well, I'm checking that right now.
Okay. The team posted a score of 1146 or 6 under, running away with first place by 16-stroke margin after 4 rounds of stroke play.
I mean, they had this kid from Georgia Tech's guy won the national championship, so we'll be playing against that guy, Hiroshi Tae.
Okay.
Look, maybe Taiwanese or Chinese. And then you've got Tyler and
Ryan
There's
Boyce.
5 guys tied for second.
Right.
There was -3 for the winner, -2 for 5 guys, including Tyler and Max, our guys.
Okay.
Wow. That was a battle. So, yeah.
And then Jackson Buchanan and Pearson Hunt also contributing for our Illini.
Oh, I see Ryan Boyce at 8th place.
So,
I mean,
good stuff. And scoring throughout the day at golfstat.com.
I mean, Pearson finished 53rd. Otherwise, everybody else was up the leaderboard. Jackson Buchanan was 31st, and there were 150 players. So our last guy got 53rd. So otherwise, but Tyler and Max, I think Max is a freshman, right? Tyler, I'm not sure. He might be a senior. Anyway, we're probably going to have a pretty good team next year because we have a good team every year.
Yes.
Just crazy.
It's just what Mike Small does.
Unreal. We'll get your weather next. Dedicated Diesel and Dixie Chopper. Any news there?
Still going with our May sales, $1,000 off any Z2 residential. I think we've got about 8 or 10 of those Z2s in stock. We'll go $2,000 off on any Blackhawk commercial mower. That's a heck of a deal right there. Plus, with Memorial Day, military's getting an additional $500 off.
Man.
On top of the factory rebates, which there's a $100 rebate for military and first responders. So if you're ex-military looking for a deal on a mower, or you're a commercial guy mowing a lot of yards, come and see us, and we'll work something out. Find it on Facebook at Dedicated Equipment, email me, timo@gftlog.com. Call Andy at 217-328-0562, or come and see us at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and Saturday, boy, it was a tough one Friday afternoon from a rainfall standpoint. 4.5, 5.5, close to 6 inches on some of the Doppler radar estimates just immediately west and southwest of Champaign proper, out towards Bonneville, for example, and a wide swath of 1 to 2, in some spots 3 to 4 inches of rain, extending from St. Louis into parts of west central Indiana, and had a repeat performance of some stronger storms in that same corridor on Saturday. Quieter weather picture expected here in the days to come. Hopefully you're able to get caught up out there on the back 40, the backyard as well. Partly sunny skies, although a stray shower thunderstorm will fire up later this afternoon and evening time. With a high to 74, gusty west wind down tonight with a clearing sky after midnight to 53. Sunshine for the day tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. High temperatures in the lower 70s tomorrow, mid 70s Thursday and Friday. Pleasant overnight lows. Will warm up a little bit for the weekend with upper 70s and lower 80s. Stray shower thunderstorm chance as well. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Greg Soldier.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
Bring on spring. Get the light and delicious Greek pizza, topped with premium mozzarella, feta, new sliced Kalamata olives, diced tomatoes, mild peppers, and red onions. It's the best Detroit-style pizza around, with a crispy, crunchy, cheesy crust to the edge. Hurry in and enjoy a large Greek Detroit-style pizza for $16.99. Code word Greek. Jets. Better because it has to be.
Having some fun with Ghost Stever. I'm giving out Interstate batteries of $150 voucher. Get you a new car battery, truck battery, van battery for free. You have 7 days to get in there and get it switched out. I talked glowingly about Mark Martinez, the owner, and my experience there, and how he just did everything he could to try and recharge my battery versus sell me one, which I was prepared to buy.
Just wanting to save you some money.
Yeah, no, he did. And he said, that's why my customers come back, because he's like that.
2504 North Madison, Champaign.
GoStever.com to enter, and good luck. You can only win this one once. It's a free battery for your car, truck, or van.
Awesome.
All right, we're doing a Pick the Starting Five. If you've not heard about this, because of the ridiculous nature, really, of college basketball and college sports, I challenge you to name the Illinois basketball starting five for the first regular season game this fall. And somebody could win $3,000.
Man.
That's cold, hard cash. Anybody could use that or not?
Nice.
If not, you can give it back.
Right.
$3,000. You must be 21 or older. One entry per household. Deadline to enter is June 30 at 10 p.m. Full rules available at steviejay.com.
So thanks again to Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, our presenting sponsor. Thomas & Ellers Insurance and U of I Golf Course also in on the fun. All the details at steviejay.com.
Yep, and you have to June 30, and right now you're going, who's on the team?
Right.
Ty Rogers and Dre Gibbs, Longhorn, and the rest of the guys are news. They have a "Hello, my name is" on their jersey, which I think is very clever.
I know Kalen France is committed to our Illinois football team from Butler Community College out of Kansas, so he has some experience under his belt, and hoping for good things from this OT position.
Yep. Okay, so the Donald Trump defense goes for about 2.5 hours is what's expected in closing arguments, and the prosecution will go. And then it'll go to the jury after jury instructions from the judge. And then we'll see a verdict. In Manhattan, Jonathan Turley, who I respect a lot, George Washington professor of law, he says, you probably got to just look at the jury and say, I know you hate Donald Trump. But do you carry that in there? You're just trying to weigh the evidence. The entire case is based on a serial perjurer, Michael Cohen.
Right.
And then you have a guy that was Michael Cohen's lawyer that testified in court to the jury that Michael Cohen said, I got nothing on this guy about Trump. It is just
And what about the dude who stole like $60,000?
That's the guy, Michael Cohen.
Oh, okay.
He was stealing from Donald Trump,
Well,
and he admitted that too.
That would take down your credibility, I would think.
It would be a huge boost in the judicial system of the United States if Trump was acquitted, or even a hung jury. It would go, wow, even the people that hate him saw some fairness in it. But there's probably a likelihood he gets convicted, and if you've been following it at all, you're going, how? Because they can't stand him.
Right. More than 4 weeks and nearly 24 witnesses.
Okay, we'll come back tomorrow. GoStever.com for a free interstate battery for your car, truck, or van. I guess you could buy AA or AAAs with it if you'd like. It's a $150 voucher. Mark Martinez, Interstate Battery, outrageously dependable. Interstate Batteries is our Stever for today. All right, Diane, we'll meet back on the radio tomorrow.
Enjoy the day.
That's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Jacob Hurtubise leads off for the Reds against the Cardinals today. 5:40 first pitch, 4:45. The boys will be interrupted by 15 minutes for pregame. Thank you for listening. Have a great Tuesday.
A slap of the bat, high fives at the plate. They're all celebrated at Pia Sports Bar and Grill after the game. Super beer specials, great drinks, big screen TVs, and fun food all await you at Pia's. Whether it be Pia's delicious wings, the big pork tenderloin, or Pia's famous Grand Slam or Slugger Burger, you'll find all your favorites available until 11 p.m. Chill out at Pia's in the beer garden and enjoy being served by a great staff. See you at Pia's, Springfield and Mattis, Champaign.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Every month we celebrate law enforcement at Stevie J Broadcasting. Officer Sarah Links is our law enforcement official of the month from the Urbana Police Department. They say you're a star. Congratulations.
Ooh. Oh, thank you. I don't know about being a star, but I appreciate that.
Well, you've done this work for a number of years in your patrol.
I have. I've been with Urbana for 18. I've been doing this a total of 22 years.
What drew you to law enforcement?
Right. I always joke and tell people I never wanted to pick out my outfit every day, but actually I just wanted to help people, and I like to problem solve, and I get a different problem every day to solve.
It's never the same.
It is never the same.
Keep up your great work. We certainly appreciate, the vast majority appreciate what police do.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and thank you for your support, because we do greatly appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you. Officer Sarah Links, our law enforcement official of the month, brought to you by MX Electric.
Relax. Call back 217-359-7293.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
The Alma Market is your one-stop shop for one-of-a-kind creations from the University of Illinois alumni and students, as well as unique finds from some of your favorite Urbana-Champaign area businesses. Treat yourself or a loved one and support your fellow Illini today. If you're a University of Illinois student, alum, or Champaign-Urbana area business, feature your products on the Alma Market. Becoming a vendor is a great way to expand your reach and connect with Illini across the country. For more details, visit almamarket.org. Go Illini!
PDR Automotive has now been serving the Champaign-Urbana area for over 50 years. To give you some perspective, 50 years ago ended the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, and it was when Secretariat won the Triple Crown. So what does that mean for you and your vehicle? Whether you need a carburetor overhauled or your new vehicle computer system diagnosed or programmed, PDR Automotive has the experienced, knowledgeable staff that can handle all your automotive needs. Online at pdrauto.com, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. The sounds of spring and the smell of flowers in the air, they all add up to Spring Green, America's neighborhood lawn care team. They become your favorite through quality service and professionalism. Spring Green will service and maintain your lawnscape with seeding, aeration, fertilizing, disease, and insect control. Over 40 years of satisfied customers reflect their commitment to Champaign-Urbana and the Mattoon-Charleston area. Call Spring Green at 217-359-2111 or online at spring-green.com.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.